Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks for the chance that you have given to us. So we are from group 6 and we are consist of 4 members. They are Ahmad Sukri and then Fitrawati, Makfira Nurdin and me Mutia Lutfi. Well, in this chance we will talking about testing writing. Well, what is testing writing or writing test? So, testing writing or writing test is a test that is used to measure the student's ability in writing that consists of 5 skills. They are, for the first is language use, where the ability to write correct and appropriate sentences, and the second is mechanical skills, where the ability to use correctly these conventions peculiar to written language, and the third is treatment of content, where the ability to think creatively and develop thoughts, and the fourth is stylistic skills, where the ability to manipulate sentences and paragraphs and use language effectively, and the last is judgment skills, where the ability to write in appropriate manner for particular purposes with a particular audience in mind. Next is about the ways to test writing. So there are many ways to test the testing writing. For the first is like essay, a letter, paragraph, short story, matching items, make a synopsis, and rearrange sentence into a paragraph. And then next is common tasks for writing tests, and also common tasks for writing tests also have many tasks or common tasks. For the first is like gap filling, form completion, error recognition items, and also letter writing, essay writing, and so on. And the next is, why do we have many kinds of writing tests? For the first is because to test different writing tasks, where each stage requires different types of evaluation. And the second is to test the different applications of writings, for example, like note-taking, personal needs, and so on. And the third is to test many different factors that can be evaluated, for example, like mechanism, vocabulary, grammar, content, style, organization, and so on. And next is about the assessment of testing writing, where assessment of the text is based on the following evaluation criteria. For the first is like vocabulary, like a control and range, and then grammar, like accuracy and range, and the third is spelling and punctuation, and the last is coherence and flow. And well, the next is will be delivered by the next speaker. Thank you.
Hello, and thank you for the time. Now I would like to continue the explanation about the testing writing of our group. So now I'm going to explain about the evaluations for sentence levels. So here there are 5 types about the evaluations of per sentence levels. The first is sentence combining. Sentence combining is a sentence that uses connector words like and, or, but, and etc. For example, I like ice cream and I want it's any. The word any combines the 2 sentences to 1 sentence. I like ice cream and I want it's any. Another example is I want to go or I live. So, or I stay. I'm sorry, or I stay. So the word or combine the words I want to go and I live. So it's combined two sentences to one sentence. Next types of evaluations per sentence level is sentence expansions. So here we'll try to expand the sentence. We can add some adjective or adverbs to the sentence. For example, I go is a sentence. We can add adverbs to the sentence like I go there now. We expand the sentence, the simple sentence to be little bit complex sentence. Next types is sentence reductions. Sentence reductions aims to we reduce the sentence, we remove some words of the sentence. For example, I go where I like to go. We can reduce this sentence to be simple sentence, to be a simple sentence. We can say I go there. I go there. That's the sentence reductions of the words I go where I like to go. And the next types of evaluations per sentence level is copying. So it's really simple because we copying the sentence. We don't need to change any things in the sentence. The last type is oral clause. So oral clause is someone will read a passage or a text, and then the other will write the words. The advantages of sentence level, there are three advantages. The first is easy to construct, and the second, suitable with students with the abilities, with the standard ability in English. And the last is the almost objective test. So that's are the advantage of sentence level. Now let's take a look at the limitations of sentence level. The first one is it doesn't measure the actual writing skill, and the other one is not easy to be corrected. Then test a specialized skill. So there are three categories or elements in specialized skill to test a specialized skill. The first one is the spelling. So we can test the spelling. You can orally or writing the spelling of words well or correctly. Check the spelling correctly. And then the second is the punctuations. The punctuations means you have to put or use the correct punctuation, such as the comma or question mark, and then exclamation mark, and then the full stop. Yes, of course, the full stop, because many students or many people have difficulty to identify where they put the punctuations well or correctly. So it's important for you to use the punctuations correctly in a sentence. Then the next element is the unity. So the sentence must be unity. The unity means you construct the sentence with the relevance topic or relevance materials or relevance topics. So the sentence will focus on the main sentence of the text or the passage. Then the last element is the organizations. So how you organize the sentence, put them orderly, like the actual, like the real, like the original ones of the passage or the passage. So for example, you may say rewrite or rearrange the words orderly. So it's important to organize well, to put which is the subject, verbs, adverbs, and the others. Guided writing, this kind of test to measure the student's abilities to handle control or direct writing tasks. And this can be done by asking the students to change the sentence, change the text, then outline, then dictations. The advantages of guided writing. If you have a good guided writing, it will help you to construct a good testing and how you prepare and how you evaluate the testing writing. But in contrary, if you have a bad guided writing, it will be difficult to score or evaluate the testing writing. So remember to make your guided writing properly and correctly. The last material for me is changing the passage. So what we're going to do is how you rewrite the passage by using your own words to new ones. But it's important to keep the points of each point of passage generally. Don't change any or the purpose of the writing of the passage. It's very vital to remember. I think that's all for me. Thank you very much for your attention. Now I will give chance to my friends to continue the material. So please, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the chance that given to me, and I will continue our materials. That is common tasks for writing test. First one is gap filling. A gap filling is a practice exercise in which learners have to replace word missing from a text. Jadi, di dalam tes ini, kita harus mengisi beberapa part yang kosong di dalam sebuah soal. These words are chosen and removed in order to practice a specific language point. Gap fill exercise contrasts with closed text, where words are removed at regular interval, like every 5 words. For example, the first sentence above prepare to practice article you school read blah blah blah, gap fill is blah blah blah, practice exercise or blah blah blah. Learners have to replace blah 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 words which have been removed from blah 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 text. And the second one is forms completions. As we can see from the PowerPoint, this is the example from form completions. That is bisa di dalam satu form bisa terdapat 4 soal. Nah, di dalam satu form tersebut bisa terdapat beberapa pertanyaan yang dapat dimunculkan. Okay, the third is error recognition items. Use the errors your student making their compositions to write these types of items. First is, for example, it was a terrible accident at an air show held in West Germany yesterday. And the second is, one of the aircraft was crashed into 2 other aircraft during display. So another way of representing this type of item is to simply give students incorrect sentences and ask them to write out the correct version. Jadi kita cukup memberikan kalimat yang kurang tepat sehingga siswa dapat memperbaikinya dan melihat bagian mana yang harus diperbaiki. It is helpful if you inform them that there is only one mistake in each sentence. So akan lebih baik jika kita menginformasikan bahwa di dalam setiap kalimat atau di dalam setiap soal itu terdapat satu kalimat yang harus diperbaiki. Okay, next is letter writing. Okay, as we can see in the PowerPoint, this is the example of letter writing for writing test. So ini adalah salah satu contoh dari letter writing dari writing test yang bisa kita berikan kepada peserta didik kita. Okay, next is easy writing. Easy writing or easy test is a test that requires the student to structure a rather long written response up to several paragraphs. For example, like what is your opinion about deforestation? So di sini peserta didik kita hanya membuat sebuah paragraf atau biasa dikatakan dengan essay writing test. Nah, di sini kita dapat membuat sebuah pertanyaan yang dapat memunculkan beberapa opini atau bisa membentuk sebuah esai. Okay, I think that's all for me, and thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Makfira Nurdin, and as the first speaker, and I will continue the material by the third speaker. So in this time, I will discuss about testing writing skills, and it's about grammar. And grammar, there are some types about testing writing skills, and this time I will discuss for the types of testing writing skills. And the first testing is multiple choice items. So this slide example about this multiple choice items. Example, the first, the car was full of, and you can see the slide. And number 2, blah blah blah, a pen and a piece of paper. And also, if you want to concrete on a certain of area of grammar, put the items into a short to line dialogue. Okay, the next slide for the second types testing writing skills is about grammar is rearrangement. So this type of times is useful for testing and awareness of the order of adjective, the position of adverbs, inversion, and several other areas of grammar. And For the example question is, she was wearing a blah blah blah. So you can answer about this the first question. You can see like this. For example, rearrangement. And next, the transformations. Items which involves rewriting sentence according to certain pattern are more suitable for use in intermediate and advanced tests than in tests at an elementary level. For example, the first question is, no other living plant grows so tall and so fast as bamboo. Bamboo is blah blah blah. So you have to explain about what is bamboo. And for the second question, a stall of Japan's communist bamboos has grown over a meter in only 24 hours. It's taken blah blah blah. So you have to explain to like this the first. So you can see the slide. And the last for testing writing skills is about grammar. The first, broken sentence. So this is the last testing. You can test a student's ability to write sentence from a series of words and phrase. Used in this way, the following types of question can be very useful for testing control writing skills. So for example, like this for the slide, you can see there's Cindy, and you have to rewrite about the sentence like this. You can kamu bisa menyusunnya kembali seperti untuk menyusun kembali kalimat-kalimat yang ada pada slide. Okay, for the next slide, evaluate a piece of writing. So this is discussed about answer errors. So you can see if you get 1 until 2 errors for 1 unit, you can get point 100 until 95. But if you get 3 until 5 errors for 2 unit, you can get point 95 until 90. But others teachers may do it as for a mechanism. There are 20%, and for vocabulary choice there are 20% too, and for grammar and usage there are 30%, and for organization 30%, and for the total 100%. I think you understand what I say, and sorry for my mistake. I think enough for me. Thank you.
Okay guys, I think that's all from our group about testing writing. Thanks for the chance and thanks for your nice attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and see you next time.